That kind of watching that video, the very first part, you were like just vibing out jazz, man. Like, do, do you like okay? Because jazz to me is like a superpower, and it's like I just don't get it at all. And it just seemed like you guys were like I couldn't see the other musicians, but I mean, you guys were tight, and then they'd stop and you'd do your fills. And is that all like rehearsed and shit, or do
No.
you just know like because you had that like the work on your ride was like and I'm just like, come on, what the hell? And then you're like, I'm so tired, man. I'm so tired. Like,
Oh, dude, that was literally me. I like literally ran in after driving 10 hours and loaded my drums in, and then I had 15 minutes to change, and literally was me sitting down and playing right there. But that no, it's not rehearsed, man. It's just I think there's more passion put into like that part of the gig because it's just cocktail hour, and so we're able to play whatever we want. And we were playing some like pretty heavy, jazz tunes that the people that were having cocktail hour couldn't care less. So and so I think our want to play that stuff is a little bit deeper than being on like the other stage where we have to play dance songs all night. But there's never any rehearsals with that band. It's all on the fly, and even the jazz stuff is all on the fly.
Yeah. Daryl, I think what you're referring to, I think, is they were trading fours, is what they were doing. So
Yeah,
like
we're
they were,
trading fours.
yeah. So it's kind of like when the drummer, uh, well, so you saw what it was, but I think it's more of it's not a rehearsal kind of thing, but it's kind of like an agreed upon convention or agreed upon language of jazz kind of thing. Like pretty much a lot of music has that kind of thing. Like they know, like in the jazz, you're gonna do at the beginning you do the melody, you do the head, and then everybody takes turns doing the solos. They do like 32 bars or whatever. Then they go into the drum solo, which does trace four, and then everybody comes back at the end with the melody. So it's like these conventions that are like agreed upon beforehand. So it's
It's
not a
kind of
rehearsal, but
like
it's
it's kind of like just the style of the music that is
yeah,
like it's like if you're playing a blues shuffle and then you're like, all right, let's start, and then 90% of the time you start with like a you know, it's like you
yeah.
just know that's the feel, and you know the progression of blues, and the drums know that it's a shuffle, and you know your triplet fills that have to go in there and all that. So it's like kind of the same thing where it's just like these are kind of I hate to say the rules of jazz, but
Yeah, that,
because there isn't really supposed to be rules in jazz, but it's like that's the form, that's the
that
format.
everybody says that, but I think everybody says that to make everybody else that doesn't pay attention to jazz get more confused and so it could be more mystified. But there are so many rules in jazz. It's like one of the most like straight ahead. If you play straight ahead and you try to break up the beat, or if I play, if I don't play Spangalang on a straight ahead and I start playing just quarter notes or something weird, all the other heads are gonna look like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? This is not Pat Metheny. What are you doing? Like, they'll do something like that. So
Trust me, dude, like if you hear somebody that really plays jazz versus me playing jazz, there's a big difference, man.
no,
That
that's
was
not
like the
great.
best I can do. Like, and like
That's
I'm not great at jazz, dude.
that
For
sounded
me,
that sounded great. You were solid.
Oh man.
for me, jazz is playing jazz with a bunch of people, especially people that you don't know, is like walking into a pickup basketball game where
Yeah.
it's like you have the opportunity to do what you do by yourself and you'll be fine. But the reason that you're playing is to be involved with other people and to kind of see where your language and your tendencies lend themselves to other players in the group. So, it kind of for me, it gives me an opportunity to be like, okay, well, how well can I listen to the other people in this group? How well can I take what they're doing and apply it to what I'm doing so that there's one continual strain of ideas? And I think the best jazz drummers are the guys that really have that sense of melody. The guys that was like, okay, well, if I were playing a horn or a piano, what would I play on that? How would I continue that melodic phrase that the horn player just laid down, or vice versa?
Like leaving a space for breath, like a trumpet player would or a sax player would, is
Sure,
like is one
absolutely.
of the most beautiful solos, man. Like when you leave that space. Great.
It's like out here when Daryl, when I started playing jazz or try to get into it, I had no clue of anything. But I will go to jam sessions, check it out, and I will see the drummer, see everybody, and they're like, the first thing I notice is that they always pick a tune. Oh, you guys know this one? You know this one? They go, yes, okay, we know that one. So I was like, okay, so they're playing a tune, they have a structure, they already heard the song. And then I'm like, they're like, what key? So they even know it in different keys. Sometimes they only know it in one key. So like it's not too much of a mystery because they can't even play it in different keys sometimes. So I'm like, these are things you learn and you pick up. And then I started learning. I was like, when does the drummer know when to come in? I had no idea. I literally started counting measures. And then I'm like, oh, okay, now I know the drummer's gonna come. Okay. And you start anticipating these things also while you're playing it. And then also like the melody, that's what I do also. Like if I try to solo, I'll play the melody in my head while I'm soloing.
Yeah, singing the
This
melody in your head is really a good thing.
It helps you in a musical sense of sounding nicer, but it also helps you like knowing this is where the phrase begins, this is where the phrase stops. So I gotta stop soloing now. I've seen cats keep soloing and not have a clue of when to stop, and the band just drops out. And then they think, oh, then the band goes like they drop out, and everybody's like, oh, now it's my time to shine. But it's like, no, they're telling you
Band
like,
being pissed at you, dude.
yeah, that's literally what it is. It's like, no,
All right, guys, let's get started. Sorry again for being late, and it looks like I'm all right on the drums though. Looks like the kick pedal's stretching it out. So for those of you guys streaming with us, I'm having a problem with my ankle today. All right, so it's a 16-year-old injury that's coming back to haunt me at a really bad time, but yeah, it's all good. All right, so let's kick it off like we did last on Wednesday, and do the same thing, this diddle exercise, except instead of diddles, we're gonna put the kick drum there. All right, so this is our 16th note kick drum permutation. Normally we'd play diddles on this, you know, but now we're gonna just put a kick drum there. You can play the diddles if you want, but I'm gonna put a kick drum there, especially today with my situation. All right, so there's a check pattern, 16 notes, regular single stroke. You can play whatever sticking you want since we're putting the kick drum in. So if you want to play doubles or paradiddles, you're welcome to it. It'll get challenging when we start pushing this kick drum over a 16th note. But anyways, so yeah, it's on the beat, check pattern, then on E, check pattern, on and, check pattern, and then on check pattern. Now, then when we get to here, it gets a little bit tricky because now we're doing half a measure. And then the same thing for only half a measure though, half a measure check pattern. And then full measure, and then it moves over every beat. So, and then that repeats. We do that again. We'll stop here. I'll count us back in. We'll do it like a couple times. All right. And then we'll move on to the kick drum, the groove. Same thing, but we'll do the same thing as Wednesday. All right, everybody with me? Everybody know what we're doing? Cool. All right. Yeah, we did this on Wednesday if you guys didn't know. So, and if you don't have your actual kick drum, it's okay to just, stomp your foot on the floor to get your kick drum in place. Now, obviously kick drum's not written, but this should be in unison with your right hand if you're doing singles. You should not be flamming your kick drum and your right hand. And then same thing here. Your left hand should be in unison. If we're having trouble with this, we'll come back and we'll do single measures for a couple times. So, all right, and we're gonna do it as written, so we're not repeating anything right now. All right, let me get this tempo. Start again at 80. All right. Let me make sure I got everything going here. Yes. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. ready, again. Good. All right. How'd everybody do? Good. Any of them that we need to focus on? Man, that's actually kind of helping my ankle. It's like loosening some things up. shaking that pain off. All right, everyone ready to try it again? Let's try it. So we did it right hand lead. When I count, okay, so let's try it like this. Let's go all the way through. When I count us back in, then let's do it opposing hand lead. Okay, so if we're leading with our right, when we get to the end and I count us in, we'll start with our left. Everyone cool? All right, let's do it. All right, we're at 90 now. 1, 2, ready, go. Here we go, opposing hands. 1, 2, starting with my left. 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. Already messed it up. All right. That was a little bit harder for me. I had to wrap my head around that. All right, cool. How'd everybody do with that? Not too good? Which one's giving you trouble, Bob? You're muted. You're muted, Bob.
I think it's the last line before you come to 2,
Okay.
where you mix it up there.
One and
That's hard for me.
yeah, that one's difficult. It's kind of I always want to slide into that like bossa nova pattern. It kind of feels like that.
I'll just have to work on that.
Yeah, it's great to work on quintuplets for that. I mean, that's what it is a bunch of 5-note groupings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1.
I was gonna mention that. Yeah, I was gonna mention that. That Adam, I was thinking, because Adam, you're thinking groupings. I'm like, I don't think in groupings, but then I saw this right now today, and I was like, that's what grouping of 5.
Yeah, whenever I teach that pattern, I always use that for 5, so we can use we can use that as 5 fills. So instead of counting 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and I always just say 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 or 1 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3
Okay.
Yeah, you could add 4 more unaccented notes on it, and then it would be 4 accents over 5. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
So you mean like over the bar line?
If you just add 4 more notes inside of that measure to make it a 5/4 measure, that particular accent pattern.
Oh, I see. Yeah. If you make it a 5/4, then it's even. Then it or it,
Yeah, in the interest of like honing in on what you can't do and repetitively practicing that, if you were having trouble with that bar, you could add 1 more beat to it and just really work that out so that by the time you got to it the next time, it would just be in your hands.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. The other thing I like to do with that is do a different pattern. So like if I'm using that as like a fill, instead of doing right left right left right left, I like to do right left right left left, 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 right left right left left right, or vice versa. Makes a cool drum fill. Yeah, has that same feel. Okay, cool. That's yeah, that one's difficult. I agree with you. That one is hard.
I do a little more simpler also, where I think of like a horn stabs or anything like that. I don't know if Sam knows that song. It goes pop, 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 da, da, ba, ba. I forgot the name of it. But
Epistrophe?
It's some kind of jazz standard where they go bop, 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 bop. So it's kind of like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So that's how I thought.
Yeah, Thelonious Monk epistrophe, I think. Yeah.
It kind of fits into that.
Hearing melody, there's I have to share this thing, man. That dude Phil that that does a lot with Drum Brigade. He talks a lot about rhythmic ear training, and so what his whole like concept on that is, if we can hear a musical melody, even in odd times or like a polyrhythm, if we can hear it, then it helps us to learn it rather than just hearing a click and trying to play against it. So he has like a bunch of all these videos on YouTube that are just like digital sounding songs. But there's one that he has on 5, like where you're supposed to play a 1 measure fill on 5, and it starts on beat 1. And the music is just like, you know, it's just like, and you can just hear it, and then you can play like that fill really easy. You know, it's like, it's cool. So it gives your ear something to play off of rather than, and it's like, the song is like 8 minutes or something, or 5 minutes. And it's just a loop. So it gets drilled into your head on how to hear groupings of 5/16 notes like that. It's really cool. All right, so here we are again with this bad boy. Kick drum moves over every 16th note like we just did on that warm up. But the thing that's changing is our hand pattern. So we're really trying to separate our kick drum permutations with different rhythms on our hands. So we did 1/8 notes and quarter notes last time. We can try that again, and then it moves on to 16th notes, and then 16th notes and 1/8 note, and then 2 16th notes and 1/8 note, and then 1/8 note, 2 16th notes, 16th note, 1/8 note, 16th note, and then that's it. So we can start again with just the as a warm up, the 1/8 notes, and then maybe not spend as much time on that and move on to quarter notes, and then move on to 16 notes. All right, so it's just the same thing that we just did. Our kick drum starts on the beat, then it moves to E, then it moves to and, then it moves to and then we change our hand pattern. So what we'll do is stay on each hand, like each 4 measures. So we'll repeat this. Let's repeat each one 8 times like we did on Wednesday. So repeat each measure 8 times, 8 times, 8 times, and then we'll stop. All right. So that's our tempo. 2 and 3 and 4 and E, 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Up, up, up. All right, here we go. One, two, ready, go. Oops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Moving on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Moving on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice one. Everyone good? I like that one a lot. All right, let's go on to quarter notes. Quarter notes on our right hand. Everything else is the same. Here we go. All right, our quarter notes are already being played for us, so we just got to match our right hand or our left hand if you're lefty to that click. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Moving on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Some of those get confusing, man. That the E I started hearing the time in a different like as a different beat. I start hearing the snare like on the and hearing the kick on the beat. That sounds so weird. My mind starts playing tricks on me. It starts sounding like a Brazilian. That kind of weird vibe. I can't do the double kick right now, but like that. Yeah, there's a samba like groove that I hear like in like 70s funk stuff where they play the snare on the but the kick is on beat. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, anyways, that's how I started hearing that. It messed me up.
These exercises would be really cool with a like a drumless track or even with a regular drum track.
Yeah.
But playing this with something like in a nice groove, so you
This
can hear
would-
the drum placement sound really great.
This would also be cool if you displace like the kick. I mean the click. So if you start these grooves like on the or start these grooves on the and
Yeah.
that'd be really hard for me to wrap my head around. All right, man. Let's try these 16th notes now. So I'm doing a single stroke on my hi-hat. You'll notice that there is no hi-hat here because your right hand is playing on the snare. But it's the same thing. 16 notes now on our hands, and we're gonna just play all the way to here. We're gonna do 8 times. All right. 16th note grooves. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two, ah. 6, 7, 8. Wow, that one was hard. Oh my goodness. That one was really tripping me up, man. That now I can't hear. I keep hearing the timing wrong on that second measure.
On the E, yeah.
Yeah, I can't get out of it.
Instead of counting, what I'm doing is like a little 4, like a quarter note bass line. I'm going dang dang bang bang dang dang bang. I'm doing something like that just to keep me that keeps me anchored. And then the rest, just play it regular. Yeah.
I gotta find it here though. Let's see if we can do this. I don't know how the measures don't signify though, but let me here. Let me see here. Let me stop sharing. I don't know if it'll let me do this, but let's see. Where could they be?
For me, what was most helpful for this exercise, especially when you're going to hitting the E's and U's, is paying attention to which hand was hitting that hi-hat at that time. So it's either, okay, I'm on a left hand pattern or a right hand pattern. So and kind of do a little bit of an accent with my left on the ones that are, just to kind of and then that accent anchors my foot a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna try to, let me see. I don't know if this is the one that has, sorry. Shut up. Okay. Sorry guys. Could you guys hear that?
Yes.
Okay. I have a slower version of that. This is a song that we use for our lessons and stuff as like play-alongs. And there's one that has like gaps for drum fills. And so we call this a drum game song. So we do this like where if I'm teaching them a drum fill, there's gaps, like a 1 measure gap in a song, so we can practice playing our drum fill together. Like I go, you go kind of copycat game. Okay, so this is the slower version, and I'm gonna oh man, what am I doing here? Okay, yeah, okay. Maybe we can try to play this groove though with that these grooves with this. It's like a oh, this is a very short version of it. Okay. You guys down with this? Attempting to play to a digital funk song. Okay, let me share my sound with you guys. Computer audio, and we're gonna do this 16th note groove thing. If you can't do that, then you can of course do the other stuff. Brennan knows all about this song, I think, because we use it all the time in his lesson. All right, so
No fair advantage. I'm playing under protest.
No, just have him lead it.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't think we've done this exercise though with Brennan. So okay, I don't know if I'm sharing my sound still, but we're gonna see. Okay, here we go. It starts boom, and then we're in. All right, so that's like our 4-count lead in. All right, here we go. It's only a minute, so we might not get through all 8 measures, but let's try it. Ready, go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. Ready. Go. 4, 5, 6. Switch. Ready. Go. Oh man, it didn't get us to the all 8. All right, hold on. It's funny, the one with the drum fill is way longer. So I think if we do like 4 bars each, we'll be able to go around like 3 or like 2 times at least. Let's try that again. 4 bars each this time. So every cymbal crash is 4 bars. Okay. Let's see if this is it. No, nope. I gotta find it again. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. Drum Games. Funky Phil Productions here. Okay. All right. So 4 bars each this time. Same thing. Is anybody else feeling this differently now? I'm feeling it like it's kind of swinging a little bit on my like that instead of like straight 16th notes. Okay, so 4 bars this time. Every cymbal crash, we switch. Got it? Here we go. Ooh, this is way funner. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. There's a switch. 1, 2, ready, go. Switch. Here comes the switch. Back to 1. Switch again. Here we go. That's that one up. All right. So it's 2.5 or 1.5 times. That's funny, man. All right, let's do one more. Sorry, it's not long enough to go through one like a bunch of times. It's good for 1.5. Let's do one more, but let's change the tempo here. Okay, so that's our new tempo. Okay, let me share again. Why did it stop sharing? I never thought I'd be using drum games in Chops and Coffee, but it's all good. It's fun. Totally changes the vibe of the playing these grooves. All right, here we go. Are you guys ready? Same thing, 16 notes. We're going to get around 1.5 times. Oh boy, now I can't find the song. Okay, here we go. All right, ready? Here we go. 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, switch, ready, go. Switch. Get ready to switch. Back to 1. Switch, ready, go. Okay. All my podcasting music comes up right after. Oh, that was fun, man. I need to get Funky Phil to give me some longer versions of that though. So that it lasts like if we're doing a 4-bar exercise, it lasts all those 8 times each, you know. It's really cool. Or I would love for him to do some like drum mantra style where we have to do it 4 times, then 2 times, then 1 time. And have something that signifies that we're gonna do that. That'd be cool. Be real cool. All right, so man, we made it through. We got one step down, further down on our sheet here. That is shared on the chat. It's really small though, but you guys are welcome to work through any of those. Monday, we'll be on this one. Yeah, that's really hard, man, for me.
Yeah, that's the one that gets me.
Yeah, the pairs of diddles things Jeffrey posted was really good.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to work on that. I really want to get on that though. Maybe right now, after Chops and Coffee.
The first 2 lines, you don't have to like get all of it from one day.
Yeah, I think I already saved it too. I just saved it to my photos. So, all right, cool, man. We did it. We did drum games in Chops and Coffee. It's so fun. It's like I know it's not that big of a deal, but it's so funny to me because I use that song so much with the young kids, you know, rather than just like making them play to a click. So
Makes me feel young again.
it's cool though to feel like, you know, it's amazing. Like the whole point is that we're playing music, right? And so when you put in a song, a melody, you know, some kind of groove, the feel of what we're working on changes. And it really changed for me. It turned into like a swingy kind of like 16 notes.
Oh yeah, context is everything. Context is absolutely everything.
Yeah.
You even start noticing your dynamics when this stuff, like, you know, before
Right.
how did you probably playing like super loud or whatever, and then you start hearing the song, you're like, okay, you start like, you know, smaller dynamics on the hi-hat and then maybe louder on the snare drum, things like that. So like,
It's
yeah,
You figured
full context is really cool.
When you hear the drum fill version of that, you know, it's you play for 3 bars and then you have 1 bar open where you play, you know, on the 4th bar you have to do your drum fill. And it's amazing how much, you know, you really get to see how your students fall off when there's, you know, it's just a click and they have to do the fill that we've been working on, and how their like notation isn't in time with their beat, because they'll play like the beat regular, but then their notation is like, you know, and it's like, wait a minute, hold on, you're not feeling the pulse, you know, like,
Or it doesn't fit musically. Yeah.
yeah. So, but then when it does, it's like, man, this kid has got a great ear, you know, like he can really feel music. It's a big difference. So, very cool. All right, guys. So, how did everybody do with that 16 note version? That was a little rocky for me.
Better.
When the music
Yeah.
was on, I started flubbing a lot.
For me, the music solidified it for me. It really like let me find a play with every pattern. You could, you know, kind of make a new groove out of it. And it really kind of turned it into a different exercise for each one, as opposed to, okay, well, now I'm putting this in a different spot in the bar, as opposed to, oh, now I'm playing a different groove. And I mean, ultimately, all a different groove is different accents on different places. That's the only, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, beforehand, like people are probably thinking like, when would I ever play the bass note on the E of every measure?
That's it.
But like, and you put in some music, you're like, oh man, it makes sense. Like,
Makes it sound cool. Yeah.
But it's also like the ability to do it in conjunction, you know, to put the E in wherever you want it. So you go,
Yeah.
and like just the ability to have that at your fingertips or your toe tips, however you want to put it, makes you more versatile, makes you able to express yourself more immediately, more readily, more, you know, authentically, because you have the ability to say whatever you want whenever you want to say it.
Yeah, drumming first responder. I like the idea of the first responder
Right.
practices like that next level above what they're required in their job. I was use that with students, and half the time it lands.
I think of Stanton Moore with Galactic on some of this things we're doing. You know, and his New Orleans background does some really interesting things, and this kind of reminds me of him a little bit. Some of these exercises.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, great job, everyone. It's cool. Very cool stuff. Simple exercises, man. They'll get you sometimes. You know, just moving the kick over a 16th note is some stuff that I like never thought about when I was younger, and how much it really helps you be solid on like any beat, you know, or any type of, you know, style, where if you work on changing different things or doing it both ways, you know, it really helps you to be able to play a lot of different styles confidently, because you've already worked on, you know, every permutation of 16 notes for your kick drum. It's really cool.
Yeah, you should do this with triplets.
I was thinking of the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like left hand lead, shuffle, triplet, like filling. Man, that's hard.
What if you're saying though, like putting their kick drum is still in 16th notes, right? Moving
No,
over.
in triplets. So you go downbeat triplet, middle note triplet, last triplet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have that written. I have that accent exercise written, but we just
Oh.
haven't gone to it. But I would like to do the kick drum version of that too. Like,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What about though playing your triplets on your hands and then 16? Your kick is moving over 16 notes. I don't know how I'd write that, but hey, somebody's signed into my account. My wife must be using my thing.
It'd be super easy to write it. It'd be super hard to play it.
Yeah,
you just
well,
write
I'm
the
talking
16th note.
I'm talking about on my my computer, like on my device.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like on my iPad, it won't let me separate my kick drum, but on MuseScore you can.
Yeah, 2 stabs or staves or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Or yeah, you can do that too, I guess. Yeah, that would be hard to do though, man. That would be really hard.
Wow, yeah. Get it faster.
Oh man. All right, well, we'll have to work on that. I feel like we are opening up a can of worms here, where we're going to be working on this kick drum variation thing for a long time. I like it though. It's really cool. So, great job, guys, and yeah, stoked to do it today. Really, really hard one for me today, but like really happy at the end of it to have done it. You know.
So glad your foot loosened up. Maybe drum healing for Corey. Love it.
Man, I think that's what it is, man. It's like, yeah, it's really, it has its moments, but there was like this close to texting you, Adam, and being like, hey, man, I'm going to open up the room. Would you mind leading today? I just can't, but I'm like, I got to power through, man.
You should go elevate it. Rest up. Don't push it, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna elevate it and put some ice on it today. I have a gig tomorrow, man. I'm like, I hope it doesn't feel like this. I don't know what to do. I think this is the thing, man. I don't want to go get like a double bass pedal and use it as a crutch. I want to kind of power through and make it work, but we'll have to see.
You ever put ever wrap it or anything like that since the injury?
It's wrapped right now.
Yeah.
So, I went in the water yesterday in the beach. It was so hard to walk on the sand, but once I got in the water, the cold water really helped it a lot, man. It was like, it made a huge difference. But then as soon as I got out and I started walking on the sand, I was just like, oh my gosh, man, it hurts so bad. So sucks. Don't go ride dirt bikes and break your ankle and then try to play drums. It's really not good. I wish I would have listened. I wish I wouldn't have done that. But that's what makes me. 16 years later.
Yeah, if we didn't do stupid stuff, we wouldn't be drummers.
Exactly. All right, guys. So yeah, I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Everyone's streaming with us. I hope you guys have a great weekend too. And please, everyone, just go check out the Drum Brigade merch, especially streamers. And there's Chops and Coffee merch now. We have mugs and T-shirts and all that stuff. And
my shirt's being delivered. Yeah, I
yes,
got it now yesterday.
You can look as cool and as strong as Daryl with that Drum Brigade shirt or Chops and Coffee shirt that's coming. Thanks, Daryl. And yeah, and then I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll see everyone on Monday.
The shirts give you the biceps too, Daryl?
So they included with delivery.
All in the shirt. All in the shirt.
Yeah, that's the sleeve. It's like that's not the real one. So they're built into the shirt.
Give me
Anchor arms.
All right, guys. Have a great one. Brendan, are we
Have a
going
good weekend,
hour
you
or
guys.
what?
See y'all soon.
I have plans in the afternoon, so we're gonna have to do it now.
Okay, cool. No worries. Let me stop streaming here. Bye, everyone.